Yo, what it does it? My name is Luxolo. Welcome to another episode of Higher Life. Today I'll be speaking about losing your life only to gain it. But before we do that, just please watch these amazing performances from KineticIV and Carlyle. Ay.
You might see the stage, but this life ain't no show. Life ain't no show.
Yeah.
I got struggles too, and I need you to know. I need you to know.
Yeah.
People hurting, people dying in the streets.
Come on.
Day to day, so many living in defeat. It's not the end, 'cause I see possibility. One voice, one heart, one hope. We got this one life, stand together, have faith in one another. We will see this nation rise. No matter what, we'll face tomorrow. We'll break through the struggle. We know God is on our side.
Yo, this is our time. You know what we're gonna do when I count to three, no? Okay, this brother, she's there, okay.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3, this is our
time.
Hey, this is our Come on, this is our time. Yo, this is our time. Yo, hey, this is our time. La led. I see hope in the corner. I see law and order restored and taught for boys and daughters. Yokes of war floated from my shoulders for those broken, absorbing all forms of torture. We were designed for more. Your life is mine and mine is yours. Let's unite the force, mind and soul, south to north, high and low. Let's fight together. We'll survive the storm.
Hey, one day there'll be no more crime.
No more crime.
Have faith, this is our
This
time.
is our
It's hard to see through the things we're facing.
Yo.
But with a voice that can change our nation. No more violence, no more dying.
No more.
No more sirens, no more crying.
No more.
We walk with our heads out high.
Why?
'Cause through God we learn to fly.
Come on.
People hurting, people dying
People
in the streets.
dying in the streets.
Day to day, so many living in defeat.
Come on.
It's not the end, 'cause I see possibility.
No.
One voice,
One.
heart,
Come on. We got this.
There's one life, stand together, have faith in one another. We will see this nation rise.
No matter what.
We'll face tomorrow. We'll break through the struggle. We know God is on our side.
This is our time. We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do the nene and the guarana. Okay.
This is our time.
1, 2, 3. This is. Come on. This is our. Come on. This is our. BG shoulder. Hey. This is our. Come on. Hey. This is our time. Come on. BG. This is our time. Hey. This is our time. Woo. Hey. This is our.
time.
Young forever.
And I just wanna go high. Yeah, you only fail if you don't try. Yeah, you only fail if you don't try. But sometimes, man, I just wanna go and fly higher. Man, I just wanna fly higher. I just wanna fly. Yeah. We were made for more than this. We designed, we created, we not accidents. Yeah. Then what am I supposed to do then? 'Cause I don't really fit it. Man, I feel kinda different. Ayy, tryna get that good feeling. Wanna follow my dreams so that my life can have meaning. Ayy, yeah. 'Cause if you look around us, these people turning to drugs 'cause they be getting all up. Ayy, yeah. But the creator of humans will show a lot more than Cupid for the wise and the foolish. Ayy, yeah. And the topic is identity. Man, what's that? It's an attitude and quality. Yeah, It's an attitude and quality that makes us different from these other people just like you and me. Yeah, it's an attitude and quality that makes us different from these other people just like you and me. And I just wanna go high. Yeah, you only fail if you don't try. Yeah, you only fail if you don't try. But sometimes, man, I just wanna go and fly higher, 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 higher. Man, I just wanna fly higher, 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 higher. Man, I just wanna fly. Yeah. What if there was hope and truth? Look at God, He's so good, He's the living proof, hey. But they don't wanna know Him, they too busy sinning, they merely existing, hey, yeah. But He gave me my purpose, now I'm far from worthless, cause my life's been purchased, hey. And I needed to breathe, water when some sleep, and just something to eat, hey. Yeah, but the psychologist says that you've been feeling restless, cause you don't feel accepted, hey. Yeah, and you be wondering what's next, cause you been under some stress, yeah, you been under some stress, hey. Yeah, but how does this affect me? Cause I just wanna do good and I don't wanna break things, no. Yeah, but how does this affect me? Cause I just wanna do good and I don't wanna break things. Let's go. And I just wanna go high. Yeah, you only fail if you don't try. Yeah, you only fail if you don't try. But sometimes, man, I just wanna go and fly higher, 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 higher. Man, I just wanna fly higher, 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 higher. Man, I just wanna fly higher, 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 higher. Man, I just wanna fly higher, 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 higher. Man, I just wanna fly. Yeah, we were made for more, ayy. We were meant to fly. So let's go high. So let's go high.
Hey, yo, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, I want to speak about losing your life only to gain it. Have you ever asked yourself these type of questions? Why am I here? What's my purpose on life, and what am I called to do with my life? Have you found yourself asking the question why one too many times and not ending up with an answer? If you haven't, I would encourage you to go on that quest for you to ask that question and for you to ask those questions. But the problem is sometimes when we ask those questions that we find that we're trying to find our identity in things. We try find our identity in and of ourselves. If you're anything like me, you try find your identity, your purpose in your family, in your friends, in your school, in your circle of influence. You try find your identity either by your followers or what you know or who you know. I really want to urge you and say that you don't find yourself or find your purpose or find your identity in things, in people. When we look at the creation story, we look at the first book of the Bible, we look at Genesis 1, we get a glimpse of something. The creation story, how God makes something out of nothing. From day 1 to day 6, we see God creating space, Him putting waters and putting the sea and putting land, creating vegetation and creating space. But we get to day 6 and He creates humans. He creates our great grandparents and He has this mission for them. He has this reason why He is making them. He just doesn't just create humans, He creates image bearers. And so in Genesis 1, He says, let's make man and make man in our likeness. Genesis 1 verse 26 speaks of how God creates image bearers. I love the fact that He speaks of let's make man in our image. Meaning we have a creator, we have an origin, we come from something. And when He speaks of that beautiful creation story, He says, I want you, these image bearers, me and you, to fill the earth and to subdue it. Such a beautiful statement, how God says, let's create man in our image and then do what? Fill the earth and subdue it. What we find here is that God answers our who question and our what question. Firstly, who? Who? God. Why? God created us. And in that, He says, you are not just created for the sake of being created, but actually you are my image bearers. And then he says, why? Because I want you to fill the earth and for you to subdue it. God answers our deepest, darkest thoughts. Why are we here? Why me? Why does everything happen? I think the Christian story gives us so much in that. Firstly, we know that God has a purpose. But before we have a purpose, we know how our creator is. We know who the origin is. And so sometimes even when we feel purposeless, we know that we can run back to God because God has created us for a reason. But soon, if you follow that creation story in the book of Genesis, we find that there's a fall. Our great parents decide to take the very good things that God has given them, they use it for themselves, and soon they take God's creation and use it for themselves. And maybe, friends, that's my story and that's your story. We take everything good that God has given us and we make it God. We take everything that God has created for us to enjoy and we use it for ourselves. I mean, I'm sure you know how to. I'm sure if you look at your own life, that we take good things and we make them God things. We take the things and the blessings of God and we make it being our God. And hence sometimes we find ourselves being purposeless. And so when we look at this creation story in Genesis 3, Adam and Eve, God puts them in this beautiful garden and they say, you can have everything except this one thing. But actually that's what they wanted. And in that one thing, their pursuit was not God, but themselves. And that's the story of sin. The story of sin. The story of sin is choosing anything besides God. The story of sin is saying God is nothing and I can make better choices. And that's what we see in Genesis 3. Our great-grandparents, Adam and Eve, take good things and make it to God things. And friends, that's my story. Me and you, we're not that amazing. I mean, I can only speak of myself, that I'm far from who God has called me to be. Because just like my great parents, I take everything and I use it for myself. But there's so much hope, and there's so much hope in Jesus. There's so much hope in Jesus, and that's why I want to learn today, where we lose our life only to gain it. And we see that picture when we look at Jesus. How God came to rescue and redeem us, how God came to take us from the darkness and the pit that we're in, how God came to take us from being purposeless to now living purposeful lives. And we see this one thing that he did. He lost his life for us to gain it. That actually his loss was our gain. That him without sin, who didn't know sin, saved us who live in sin and love sin. And maybe that's what God is calling us to. Have you found that when you sacrifice anything and everything in your life, there's so much joy that comes with it? Then when you start to decrease, there's so much increase in your life. When you start to do less, there's actually more. That's what God calls us to lose our life. Paul gives us a beautiful, beautiful picture in the New Testament about dying to self so that we can live in Christ. And that's what God is calling us to. And the reason why God is calling us to is not for us to have purpose, not for us to achieve and get everything, but actually the reason for that is for us to find God. God calls us to himself. And once we see him, we savor him, and we love him, we will live purposeful, driven, and amazing lives that will make much for him and his kingdom. Lose your life and gain it in Jesus. Bless up.
Hey guys, what an incredible performance by Carlyle and KineticIV, and also such an incredible talk by Luxolo on losing your life to gain it. I was so encouraged by it. Hope you guys were also encouraged by it too. Why don't you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms. Also, don't forget to share with your friends and your families and your church groups, and see you guys soon.